So it is recording. And then if you guys can just mute your audio, everyone can mute. And then there is the chat box option that you can post questions, and we will get to those like after Allie touches on the program itself. And then I'm going to run through kind of tips for the launch and how to create hype and how to best promote the launch of Transform 20, because that's why we're all here. Okay. I think Stephanie. Okay. Well, I will just go ahead and get started. I'm going to pin my video. So thank you guys for hopping on. I am so excited. I've been just creating notes and different things for this call all weekend and listening to different trainings and just getting myself as knowledgeable about this program as I can so I can share with you guys and give best tips and practices. I've been through a few launches before of different programs, and so I've learned some things that have went well, things that haven't gone well, and just from all that, I want to share the best tips that I've come up with and then what I've gained from other top coaches that they've come up with. And then we have the pleasure of having my friend Allie on the call. She was actually one of the select few 200 some coaches that got to be in the test group, the original coach test group with Sean T. So that is a huge deal, and I'm so grateful she is going to be on here and sharing with us. Before we get started, I want to kick off the call with just recognizing some people that really kicked butt in November. I want to start with Success Club recognition and the top 3 Success Club earners on the team. We had Kim Jensen, who had 32 Success Club points, Margot Martin with 22, and Shayna Howell and McKenna Brewer both had 18 Success Club points. And that, you guys, that is amazing. I know November was a struggle for a lot of people, and I just want to point out that Kim Jensen gave birth in November. So she rocked out Success Club, leading the pack. So she's very inspiring, and I hope to grow up and be like her one day. The next recognition I want to go over is our rank advancement. So we had some new Emerald coaches. Congratulations to Megan Poppert, Melissa Dorr, Cassie Lieberman, or Casey, I'm sorry if I butcher your guys' names, and Allie Mitchell. And then we had a brand new Diamond coach. Congratulations, Lauren McNamara. She recruited 8 coaches this last month, which is incredible. Hit Diamond. She's now a part of our Diamond squad. So she'll get all the perks of joining the Diamond squad, and we're so excited to have her join us. And then last but certainly not least, Jen Barbalia she started her 2-star qualifying 6 weeks timeline. It's like I can't think of the word. Anyway, she's 2-star qualifying as of this last Thursday, and I'm so proud of her. Guys, 2-star is a really big deal in your business because it's where you can actually sign up yourself as a second business center and just start really growing your residual income, which is the whole point of building a business like this. So huge, huge, huge milestone. And if it's not on your guys' vision board, it should be, because 2-star Diamond is great, but 2-star is really where the magic starts to happen. So congratulations, Jen. I'm so proud of you. I know how hard. Oh, am I getting a little feedback? No. Okay. And then the last recognition is for our Diamond Squad bonus earners. For those of you who don't know, anyone on the Diamond Squad, so Diamond coaches and above, who will earn a $50 monthly bonus for achieving Success Club, being a paid Diamond coach or above, and recruiting 2 coaches to their team. So congratulations to those coaches who earned their $50 Diamond bonus: McKenna Brewer, Kinsey James, Kim Jensen, Stephanie Walbridge, Kelly Jimenez, Margot Martin, Shayna Howell, Jen Barbalia, and Andy Worsham. So congrats, you guys. What a kick-ass month. That was amazing. I kept compiling things to recognize. I was like, oh, that's a lot. So now let's get down to business. So Miss Allie Miller is joining us. She is a coach who lives in Portland, Oregon. She's engaged. She's getting married in September. She has a daughter, Mackenzie, or you call her Kenzie, but she's Mackenzie, right?
Yep.
Okay, I thought so. And she is a Diamond coach. She actually hit Diamond in 4 months after signing up as a coach. She's super close to hitting 1-star. She is a Success Club 5 All-Star legend, a Success Club 10 All-Star. She earned both Success Club trips since signing up as a coach, last year to Mexico, this year on the cruise. She's founder of Team Fierce and Focused, and she was in the Shaun T test group. So I had met Allie on a few occasions, just bumped into her at coach events, and I was so grateful that I followed her through Transform20 and all that, and I was just nervous about reaching out to her, which is silly, but I was so excited that she was gracious enough to join us and share kind of the inside scoop, because this is a perspective that we wouldn't have otherwise. We get all these trainings from corporate, but to really hear what it was like on the inside of that group and what to expect with the program, I think is really valuable. So Allie, I'm going to kick it over to you and take it away.
Thank you so much for that awesome introduction, and congratulations to everybody last month. Holy cow, that is truly some amazing accomplishments, you guys. Way to finish the year strong, and make sure you use that momentum to keep going into December. So I think somebody's unmuted somewhere. I don't know. Y'all look muted right here, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of backstory about my weight loss journey, because what you see right now isn't where I started 2 years ago. And the reason why I'm going to share that is because that's why I feel this program, Transform20, is so powerful and can literally be used for anyone and everyone, due to the fact that it's only 20 minutes per day, but also because there's so many different levels of modifications that literally anyone and everyone can do this program. So a little bit of backstory about me is I gained 65 pounds during my pregnancy, and I had been at the heaviest I had ever been in my life. I've always been super into sports and, super athletic. And so gaining that 65 pounds just crushed me. Not because obviously pregnancy was awesome and, gaining that weight was not what I wanted to do, but it just crushed me in the fact that my mindset was horrible. I had never been that low on the confidence radar in my life. And so when I started coaching 2 years ago, I knew that if I signed up as a coach, it would hold me accountable to really finish this and see it through all the way to the end. And my jam has just always been Shaun T, because for whatever reason, he just has this amazing gift to come through the TV screen and just give you that kind of motivation and belief in yourself, and as if he's standing right next to you and giving that belief as he's right next to you. So, and what I think that's so important is this program is so much more than weight loss, so much more. At the time that I started my very first, the first round of Transform20, I didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose. I literally was just kind of fell backwards in the summer because, we all go out and have fun during the summer with eating and, having some beers or wine or whatever. And, it's really easy to put that weight back on. You don't realize how quickly that can creep up on you. So I didn't have a lot of weight to lose when I started Transform20. But what I got out of it was so much more. And that's what I love about this program is my results. I lost 5 pounds, but I lost 9 3/4 inches in the first round of Transform20. When I say that my abs came back, they came back in full force, and I didn't even realize it was happening. And that was the coolest part about the program. So I'm just going to kind of walk through of what I absolutely love about this program first off, before I get into the nitty gritty of it. The one thing that really spoke to me that Shaun says, I think in one of the workouts, I don't remember exactly which workout it is, but I had a major breakthrough when he said, no matter what it is, you have to break through it. And that's where I was just oh my gosh, yes, this isn't about weight loss necessarily for me this time. And that's where I think that we kind of get lost is so much about weight loss and what the scale says and how many inches we have to lose. And I don't like the way I look in the mirror and this and that and da-da-da-da. Some people don't need this for weight loss. They need it because they need it for their mindset and to sustain their results. And that is exactly what this program did for me. Is it just really made me dig deep without me knowing that I was digging deep, if that makes sense. I've been working out with Shaun T, Shaun T's programs basically since I started coaching. I have done a couple of other programs, but I always revert back to Shaun T because of his motivation, because he makes me push myself so hard. And it's because I've changed my mindset that I keep going back to his programs too. So I'll say one thing, that Transform 20 and these 20-minute workouts, they're the best but worst 20 minutes of my day. What I mean by that is I felt like I was dying a minute and a half in. And I have completed just about every Shaun T program you could possibly think of. And but I'm laughing because it's so deceiving. Like, you look at it and you're like, oh, that's cute. It's a little aerobic step program or whatever. Do not underestimate that step, that aerobic step, and do not underestimate the power of Shaun T to kick your ass in 20 minutes, because it will happen. It was a very humbling experience the first couple of weeks. Like I said before, I just transformed in areas that I didn't even realize that I needed to be transforming in. Like, it kind of creeps up on you. And I'll get into that a little bit more later, but those are just kind of some of the reasons why I absolutely love this program. And I don't know that I'll ever get sick of it, to be honest. So my advice for all of you, start preparing now for this program, because nothing has ever compared to this program that I have ever done before. And I've done, just like I said, every Shaun T program. Start prepping now. Use that prep calendar that he put out there. And if you guys need me to send that to you, I can, because it will help. But again, nothing will prepare you for this. Even though it's only 20 minutes a day, you don't have time to stop. And when I say you don't have time to stop, like, if you've done max 30, you go as hard as you can for as long as you can, and you just try not to stop. You don't have that option in Transform 20, because of the fact that you only have 20 minutes, and you're like, oh my gosh, if I take a minute rest, that's literally 1/20th of my workout right there. Like, I can't stop. So start prepping now. Get yourself into the best mindset possible for this program, because things are going to start being pulled out of you that you're probably not going to be ready for, but it's going to be in such a good way. And this is a little side note, but if y'all haven't tried mixing Energize and Hydrate together before your workout, you need to do it, because it is like life-changing. It tastes so good. And I swear I sweat so much more just because I drink them together, and rather than trying to take a sip of it during my workout. You're definitely going to want to encourage the performance line, because these workouts are only 20 minutes. And you're wanting to push yourself so hard, like, because you want to get the most out of these 20 minutes. Energize, if y'all aren't drinking Energize, I'm going to be like, what the heck is wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding, but maybe a little bit, but no, seriously, Energize is life for this program. I highly encourage Hydrate as well. Recover saved my life on I don't know how many occasions. With being sore, because you are going to be sore. It is a full body workout, and you are going to be working pretty tough. So, you're going to want to work as hard as you can for those 20 minutes, because, and this was like so not cool, you guys. Like, when Shaun T throws some shade, he throws some shade. So we're getting into the last week of our first round, right? And then all of a sudden, like, news starts coming in that, oh, tomorrow's workout's going to be an hour long. And I'm like, wait a second though, like, these are only supposed to be 20-minute workouts. So the very end of this program is called Shaunathon. So you're basically doing 3 Transform 20 workouts back to back to back, and all 9 transformers, which I'll get into what a transformer is a little bit later, are thrown in there. And the only you get 2 breaks. One at the very first 20 minutes, and the second one is at the end of the second 20 minutes. So you're going to want to work as hard as possible to work up for that, because, like, people were watching my stories. They're like, I have never seen you sweat that much. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I almost died during that. I'm not trying to scare people off, but seriously, I'm kind of dramatic, but no, seriously, like, get prepared in those 20 minutes per day, because Shaunathon is coming and you're going to want to be prepared for it. Okay, so now into the program. Obviously, we know it's 6 weeks. Obviously, we know it's 20 minutes per day. It's broken down into 3 phases. The first 2 weeks is going to be the commit phase. The second 2 weeks is going to be the climb phase. And then the third 2 weeks is going to be the conquer phase. And then of course, he also throws in some bonus 10-minute workouts too. If 20 minutes really isn't enough and you want to go the extra mile and be the overachiever, you know, there is some 20 or 10-minute ab workouts. And like, I think there's a booty workout, which if you've seen Shaun T, he doesn't disappoint when it comes to hard workouts. So what I love about this specific program too is just like Lift 4 and 80-day obsession, there really is no repeated work. There's no repeated single workouts. More so even than I think with like the Lift 4 and 80-day obsession, because I swear there's time, like I'm going back through round 2 right now and I'm like, I don't remember doing that the first time around. And so I don't know, I just love the newness of it. And every day you get something different. So what are the workouts like? 20 minutes is enough, you guys. I can promise you that. Like I said a little bit ago, like I got very humbled a minute and a half in the first couple of workouts where I was like, okay, this is a little bit tougher than I was expecting. I was burning on average during these 20-minute workouts, 300 calories. So 20 minutes is definitely enough. There's no repeated workouts, like I just said. There's something different to take away from every workout too. Like Shaun comes through with his motivation, and it is unbelievable how you can apply that motivation to your daily life, and it just speaks to you in such a manner that like I looked forward, yet kind of I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go die again tomorrow. But I looked forward to those 20 minutes every day. And I could take that into my daily life as well. And that's what I absolutely loved about it. Music, you guys, there's music in these workouts. And if you're a person like me who gets super motivated by hearing the buildup of music and stuff, you're going to love this, because not only is it like, I don't want to say techno. I don't know. I'm so terrible with like describing music like that, but it's got that edge to it where you can feel the buildup of it. And on top of it, you've got Shaun's cues in the music as well, much like you would experience in like a live insanity workout or, something that you would go to a gym and take a group fitness class. So be prepared for that. It is so awesome. You don't have to go find Spotify or anything like that if you don't want to. So, the one thing that threw me off about this program, which made me highly uncomfortable, was one workout, I won't tell you which one, is completely silent. Like all he says is, okay, next. And so you really have to focus and dig deep into your mind, and it's just your thoughts and the workout. And I'm not kidding when I say like I was like so uncomfortable the first couple of minutes, but it just really, like I said, it forces you to focus. It forces you to do the work, and you have to really pay attention and just literally get rid of all of the outside noise, because the next thing you know, he's saying next and you're having to catch up with him. So be prepared for that. I think that's like super cool too, is that you just have to get lost in the workout itself and everything else is pushed aside. So on to Transformers. So we have what is called Transformers in each workout. There's 3 per workout. Those stay the same throughout the entire program for each specific workout. So like if you're doing burn on Monday, which I think that's what I did today. Yeah, burn on Mondays. Those 3 Transformers are the same every single Monday, along with Tuesday. When you're doing faster, those are going to be done every single Tuesday as well. And so on and so on. And what I love about these Transformers is who gets caught up on the scale. Like when you're not seeing the scale move, you're like, what the heck, man? I am busting my butt and it's not moving. This proves that you're getting stronger, and it proves that you're getting faster, and it proves that you're making progress to where you're like, to hell with the scale. I don't care what it says. I'm crushing my Transformers. And so that's what it's a lot like the Insanity Fit Test if you've done Insanity before, but I'm not kidding. Like you go into those recovery taps for like, I think it's like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a minute. You are mentally preparing like, okay, that's my number. That's what I'm striving to do, at least just one more. And it's just such a mental mind shift that you don't realize you're going through until you're like, yes, I crushed it. Sometimes it is hard pushing past that number, especially when you're first starting out, because of the fact that you may be at a plateau in your fitness journey, or you're really freaking sore because it makes it really hard to move faster and to, you know, keep up or whatever. So if you don't push past it, that's fine. It's totally fine. You know, it's just a marker to where you know that you're pushing as hard as you can, so you can be trying to bust through those numbers eventually. So that is kind of one of the things that I struggled with too is, and I'll get into this a little bit later too, about there's what we call a daily transformation tracker, and it gives you the opportunity, if you feel like it, it's there if you want to track it, but you can track your weight on a daily basis. I'm not going to lie, a couple weeks in, it was driving me nuts. I was like, I have to stop. Like, this is killing me, because the scale wasn't moving. And I was super on point with my nutrition, and I was super on point with my workouts, and I was pushing myself as hard as possible. But my transformers were moving, and that's where the work really, like, that's where the motivation should really, really come through, you guys. The fact that you're busting through those transformers and just being blown away with how strong you can become with just your body weight. No weights included. I mean, I know that there are weighted workouts that are like for the bonus workouts later on, if you want to go on to round 2 or whatever, or if you want to add them on. But it is mind blowing how strong you can become with just your own body weight. And it really just was like, okay, you know what? This is telling me that I have a problem with what the scale says, even though I'm loving what I'm seeing in the mirror. I'm loving the transforming that I'm going through mentally. I shouldn't care about the scale, because that's going to follow if I continue to work on my mind. So then I'm going to go into a little bit of the program materials, because I've kind of touched on the transformation tracker. I highly recommend the Beachbody step with this program. The reason being is I feel like I have a pretty large workout space, and I still kind of had a little bit of trouble with the Beachbody step being, you know, a little awkward. Like, I'd have to turn it, and I'd have to switch how I was facing or whatever. And it is very compact and easy to just kind of get up, move around and whatnot. And so I highly recommend the Beachbody step. But Amazon has one that is very specific or very similar to it too. So if you're at a place where you're not able to get a Beachbody step right now or whatever, just know that there are other options out there. One that is very similar to the Beachbody step in the compacts and whatnot. So the nutrition guide is amazing. I love that this is kind of the first real program where you have so many options with the nutrition part of it. You can follow the container system, and they've laid that out for you. There's a vegan plan, there's a regular plan. You can follow 2B mindset. Sean loves to just go by the 85-15 rule, where you're eating healthy 85% of the time, and the other 15% you're having fun with what you're eating. And so there's just so many options for so many different people with the nutrition side of things, that I feel like they've kind of just taken all excuses to be had with this program. Like, there's literally an answer to every objection with this program. They also, it also comes with a workout calendar with a dry erase marker or whatever for the transformers. It's a wall calendar that you can put up on your wall. It's broken down by each week, and it has the transformers on the calendar on each workout. So literally, you just put it up on the wall. I also suggest getting I had a small little dry erase board, just that's a little bit bigger, so I'm not like trying to eyeball it as I'm like running back and forth or whatnot. So that way I could put down my last week's numbers and then compare it to what I just did that day. You also will get some completion stickers, which for every phase that you complete, you get a sticker to put on your step. You also will get what is my favorite part about this program, which is the daily transformation tracker. And what that looks like is, I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to show this, but I guess it's going to be available tomorrow anyway. So, this is your daily tracker, and what is so cool about it is, and I think like this was for the test group. I think it actually comes in a little booklet, so already prepared for you with the program materials, but it tells you what day you're on, what week you're on. You put down the date. You can go ahead and record your weight if you want. You put down what workout you're doing today. If you're doing a bonus workout, there's a spot for each of your transformers. And then this is the coolest part about it, you guys, is this goes so much further than the 20-minute workout that you're doing. This is where it's literally going to be life-changing for so many people. You have the opportunity to write down, I feel this way, like however, whatever you're dealing with that, like whatever you wake up and decide to put down right during, or when you wake up in the morning, I feel da 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 da. Here's what I ate. And you can break it down by breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. They also give you a portion tally for all of your containers on each day. You put down your Shakeology and like if you drank it for that day or not, which you should be. And also what kind of ingredients you put in there. It also gives you the opportunity to put down what Beachbody performance products you used, how many ounces of water you're drinking, how many cups of coffee or tea you're drinking. Did I laugh a little, a lot, or I'll laugh more tomorrow? And this was a huge one for me because I didn't realize how much sleep I was not getting. But you have to like track your sleep on a daily basis too. And I can tell you that the first couple of weeks I was checking the 0 to 6 hours box. And you guys, sleep is so important when it comes to your results. I know we hear it, but how many of us are really actually doing it? Probably not a lot of us, right? The second that I started paying attention to my sleep and my patterns of how much I was actually sleeping at night, I performed so much better the next day. And then this box over here on the tracker, it says daily challenges. And this is where I just absolutely fell in love with these daily worksheets because at first I was like, oh, that's cute. They want us to track everything on a daily basis. But that's where I was so wrong. Like when I actually dove into like, okay, what did I struggle with today? And then at the bottom, it says, how did I conquer them? How many times do we base our results on just what the scale says? Or how many pant sizes we dropped? Or do we have abs? Or did we lose an inch? This makes you focus on the littlest of accomplishments, on how you overcame something that you may have woke up and you struggled with that morning. Like, so there's times where, we're all coaches here. Like I wake up sometimes and I'm like, man, I just feel like I'm failing at my business. I straight up feel like I am just like struggling so hard. I have no idea how I'm going to get over this, but I wrote it down. And you know why? Because it forced me to focus on that daily challenge for the day. And I was able to go back and say how I conquered that and turn my day around. And why, how it is that I did that. So then I could refer back to it too. When I come face to face with that struggle, I can come back and be like, you know what? This is how I conquered this the last time. This is how I can do it quicker this next time. And that's what I just love about this daily transformation tracker. And then at the bottom of it, I love it because he puts a Shawnformation down at the bottom. And like, for instance, this is chapter 2, week 4, day 25. If you don't try, you can't fly. It's a lot of stuff like that where I'm just like, it's just that last little thing that you need to hear to go like just crush your day and get after your goals. So that is the daily transformation tracker. I made a whole bunch of notes just because I wanted to make sure I grabbed everything for you guys. So nutrition, I kind of already went over that, how there's a vegan and a regular plan. You can follow the container system, 2B mindset or 85-15 rule. Shakeology is so important for this program too, you guys. And if you like, I know that there's like a lot of supplements involved when it comes to doing the performance line as well as Shakeology. And I'm not a person who I like to feel like I'm just drinking my food all the time or drinking my, nutrients or whatever. What I started doing, like I said, Energize and Hydrate was such a game changer for me. So those mixed together. So I didn't feel like I was drinking 2 drinks. It was just one. And then I love drinking my Shakeology with my Recover. So I drink cafe latte on a daily basis for the most part. I mix in chocolate Recover. Tastes like a freaking, chocolate mocha or chocolate frappuccino. Boom, done. 2 drinks, that's it. And so moving on with that, be prepared to transform completely. This goes so much further beyond physical results. I had a mental shift in week 3 where I just completely broke down crying. And to be honest, I thought there was something wrong with me because it didn't happen sooner. Because being a part of this test group, people were so amazing and so forthcoming with what they were experiencing that I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? I'm not experiencing this. People are breaking down in their workouts and I'm not. I must have a black soul or something. And in week 3, that's when it happened for me. And when the breakdown that I had was, if I could push myself this hard in a 20-minute workout to do my absolute best and crush what I did the week before in the same exact workout, then I needed to be doing that in all of my goals through all of my business and my life too. And that's where I literally was just like, I broke down. I was like, I have been sleeping on my goals, you guys. I come in and I crush my workouts, but I'm not working as hard as I could be throughout on a daily basis. And if I can do that in my workout and feel and push myself to the point where I feel like I'm going to pass out or, just like die right there because I'm pushing myself so hard, why am I not doing that in my business? Why am I not going after my life goals like that? And so that being said, it was just like total game changer from there on. From there on out, I was pushing myself as hard as I could. I was starting to do things that I didn't for whatever reason. I was paralyzed before in my business. I was changing how I was showing up every day in my house, like with my daughter, with, my soon to be husband, Steve. Like, it was just so crazy how just that one moment just clicked. So with that being said, being a part of this test group was an unbelievable experience. I have never been in a test group before to be able to compare it to this. But what I can say is you're going to want to get everyone signed up as a coach and into Sean's test group. No ifs, ands, or buts, because of the fact that it's been the most interactive and positive experience I've ever had. And Sean is very present in the groups. He likes posts. He comments on them. He shows up with motivation. He shows up with live videos. He answers questions, and it's because he genuinely cares so much about your transformation that he continues to show up like that, and he feeds off of our energy and vice versa. So you're going to want people to sign up as a coach to get into his test group. Like, hands down, best experience I've ever had in my life, you guys. And so I see 43 freaking comments in the chat. So I'm sorry if I miss questions, but I am the person that, if I get distracted, I go off on tangents and it's hard to pull me back around. So
no, there weren't a ton of questions. It was mostly just everyone yes. Like, everyone's got goosebumps. That's pretty much what everyone's saying. And there was one question way back that said, how is there a recommendation to how long you should wait before you eat to work out? Anything they mentioned about that? Kind of.
I'm assuming that because we, with 80 Day Obsession, we were told to kind of, eat an hour before working out or whatever. I tried both. It got I'm an early morning workout person, and it just got to be too much to wake up and make myself a breakfast and then chug my Energize and hydrate or whatever and then go work out. I'm a person that actually works out and pushes myself harder on an empty stomach.
Yeah, so it's just finding what works best for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's really any, I don't know, just for me, I feel weighted down if I eat too close to working out, and then I can really feel like I'm not doing as well in my workout. And so I just used to I chug my Energize and hydrate, go get my workout in, and then I know that I usually do my shake right after I work out, so that way I get my recover in as well. And so then I just wait for the next meal or a snack or whatever. So
awesome. I just love that literally they've addressed every single thing for this program. It doesn't miss anything. And I just love the inside scoop you gave us about how it really does transform your day, and, even reflecting on your business and how genius they are to launch this come the new year. I have so many customers who have fallen off the wagon, who have just maybe they rocked 21 Day Fix back in the day, and they just need something. They keep failing at whatever they keep trying. And I think this is such a great opportunity for that fresh start for people. So thank you so much for sharing all that. That was incredible. Like I thought I was jacked up about doing it. And I know you and I talked about a lot of this before, but I'm even more pumped about it. You guys can type questions as they come up for Allie. And Allie, if you need to hop off, I'm just going to go over like my tips for the launch, but you can stay on with us or hop off or answer questions in the chat box. That would be awesome.
I will just say one more thing.
Yes.
Like the National Wake Up Call by Sean today was just like freaking fire. Like it all goes back to the person and whether or not they're willing to commit to this, right? Like, to be honest, yes. Does it look hard? Yes. Is it hard? Absolutely. But isn't every program? And isn't that why people tend to fall off, is because they go into it saying, oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard. You know, just, you have to like really face people and just be like, it will work if you choose to work the program. Commit to it. Once you commit, there's no looking back. There's no saying, okay, I'm going to fall off. No, commit and then just don't give up. Seriously. So
thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited. All right. So now that we know all about the program and what we can expect and that it's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it, I want to just go over a couple tips I have for the launch for you guys and things you can do starting today or tomorrow. Tomorrow's technically the launch of I almost said Lift 4. Fail. Of Transform20. All the packs go on sale tonight at midnight. So if you want to stay up and order your pack, do it. And don't worry, guys. I listened to this training on the Beachbody Champions page from Christina Delgado, and I love that she said, if you feel like you're behind the game because the launch is tomorrow, you're not. Tomorrow is just day one of this launch, and it goes all the way until April because that's when the program is going to be available on Beachbody On Demand. And from tomorrow through until April is your chance to promote the ish out of Transform20, to promote your challenge group, their transformations, your transformation. So you become an expert come April, and then you have all these other people that want to join you when it becomes available to everyone in Beachbody On Demand. So what I'm going to go over is just tips for creating buzz about the program and how you can get people more information and get them interested. There's going to be 5 kind of ideas I have for the launch, but you don't have to implement all of them. Just take what feels right to you. If you are more present on Instagram, obviously go with those options. If you're more present on Facebook, follow those. So it's really just ideas that you can jot down and take what you think is going to work best for you and your audience. So the first thing sometimes I do with a launch, and other groups as well, is I do a Facebook event. I create an event because what this can do is it allows me to invite people from specific groups. I do not just mass spam invite my friends list. You guys, don't do that. It's yucky. You create this Facebook event and you invite your past challengers. You can actually go on Facebook and it'll have you add people from specific groups you've had in the past. So maybe you had a challenge group on Facebook. You can click that challenge group and all the people from that challenge group will get invited to your event. And I usually put a description of what the event is, if it's maybe a Snoop group or a sneak peek into Shaun T, Transform20. Put the description in the title of your event and then tell people to click either interested or going. Now, this isn't where your challenge group is going to take place. This is just a landing pad to get people more information. But what happens is when they click interested or going, then that gives you the open door to reach out to them. And it doesn't feel like you're just cold inviting everyone. You respond to that person. You say, hey, Allie, I saw you were interested in my Transform20 info group. I'm so excited about this program. And then you start rolling from there. Have you heard much about it? Ask them an open-ended question so they can respond back to you and you can just start that conversation with them. So I love Facebook events. I'll also do things in these Facebook events like I'll do a giveaway and say if whoever shares this event on their own personal page and tags 3 friends in it and myself, I'll put you in a drawing for a fun prize. I do that all the time and it just gives you such great exposure for your event, and then it gets more people clicking interested and going and gives you more prospects. I do make this group public. That's very important to know. So other people can share the event and add themselves to it. I'll also post info in this group about the program itself, like I would a regular Facebook group. which gets me to the second thing you can do is just create a Facebook group page where it's a Snoop group or an info group. I've been doing this. I know a lot of coaches have been doing this where we've just been creating hype in that group. I made this group a closed group so I can really control who I see who's being added. I will post the link to the group on my, if I post something on my timeline about it, I'll say, see the link to get added to my Transform20 info group. They can add themselves, but I have to approve them. And then I know that they added themselves. So then I know I can reach out to them personally and, start that conversation like I would for the people joining an event page. So things I post in this info group are the promo video for I just want to say like different things. Transform20. I post, blast the before and afters of all of them that are coming out from the test group. I went live and I talked about the packs and the options, and I talked about Shakeology and Energize and all the supplements that I think are so important to have. I talked about my VIP test group I'm going to be hosting for my customers and challengers in January, and just kind of talked about the program a little bit more. But basically, be a hype girl in this group. Get people excited, just like Allie got us super pumped up for it here. Offer fun prizes for people who maybe want to jump on board early. You can do a live unboxing of your pack when you get it in the mail. This is huge because maybe you've been adding people to your Snoop group, maybe you haven't even started one. It's not too late. Start one tomorrow. And then when you get your products in the mail, unbox it, talk about it, hype it up. That's what these groups are for. And the people you're going to invite to these groups, guys, everyone, but your past challengers, discount coaches, you want to get everybody excited and on board and informed about the program itself because there's a lot of information. The next thing you could do, option number 3, is to create a Google Doc and link it to your Instagram. If you have Linktree, if you don't know what that is, you can Google it, where you can go into your profile on your Instagram and you can create links for your customers to go to get more information. This is great for people who maybe don't use Facebook as much and want to reach their Instagram following a little bit more and they don't want to create a Facebook group. You can create a Google Doc, make it a requirement in your Google Doc that people have to submit their email to you so you get their contact info, and then provide the same kind of information you would in your Snoop group on a Google form. You can post before and afters. You can ask them to fill out a few questions like, have they ever done a Beachbody program before? Are they a coach? What's their biggest struggle with health and fitness and weight loss and all those things. So Google Docs are fun because you can get people to kind of connect with you, and you get their contact info from that too. So great thing to do if you have promote things more on Instagram versus Facebook. Number 4, and we all can do this one. This is just blowing up this program on your Insta stories. Like, Insta stories is where it's at, you guys. We all know this. We've been talking about them for a long time now. But what I encourage you to do is follow the coaches like Allie that have been in this test group and just emulate what they've been sharing because they know what they're talking about. They've been in the test group. So look at some of the moves they're doing on a step if they're sharing some of those, and maybe find something you can use as a step until you get yours and post Insta stories and show some of the moves to get people kind of curious about it. You can share before and afters on your Insta stories. You can talk about the price reduction for the launch of the $20 off. You can do a Shaun T program for your own personal workout just to give your viewers an idea of what they can expect with Shaun T. Maybe post, have his audio playing in the background of your Insta stories so they can hear his voice and his cues and all of that good motivation that he always brings to his workouts. And what was my last thing? Oh, with Insta stories too, of course, get people interacting in your Insta stories with polls. You can do fun things like, where my old school step aerobics people at? Or you could create a poll of like, have you ever done a Shaun T workout program before? But did you die? Like something, just have fun with it. Insta stories are meant to be entertaining, you guys. So have fun with it. Just try and create that hype and that FOMO in your Insta stories. And number 5, my 5th thing, this is the last one, is to promote Transform20, and I kind of touched on this, amongst your current challengers and customers and discount coaches and your team as well. Because people who have done programs with you in the past and have Beachbody on Demand and love Shakeology and love your groups, they're going to be on board with you. They're going to want to be a part of this because they know the value that Beachbody brings. Another thing you can do with this and current customers as well as new customers is maybe I plan on doing like a 3-day refresh after Christmas, the 27th, 28th, 29th, before the New Year's. So I can maybe get, people on board with that, and they can follow into my prep week, my 2-week prep for Transform 20. The last thing I wanted to touch on is just a breakdown in a calendar form of how I plan on spending this next month leading up to the actual launch of the workout itself. So tomorrow, December 4th, obviously the launch. Sorry, I'm making a little feedback from somebody. You guys can mute yourselves. Thank you. So December 4th to tomorrow, I'm actually offering a little gift to any of my people in my info group on Facebook who sign up with a challenge pack or completion pack. They'll just get a little free gift from me in the mail. It's going to be a little headband and a cute card. Nothing crazy. And you can maybe give away a few packets of Energize or Shakeology. You don't have to do an incentive. I just want to add that value to my customers who are willing to jump on board day one. And then in that first 2 weeks, December 4th through December 17th, my game plan is to get everyone signed up. I'll hit Success Club. I'll have my pack ordered. I'll be able to hype it up. I'll continue to hype it up on my Insta stories. I'll have my unboxing. I'll do that on my Insta stories as well as in my Transform 20 info group. And offer an incentive for those who sign up by December 17th. I'm going to offer that they are allowed to join my 2 weeks to Transform 20, where I'll be doing the hybrid calendar with Sean as of January 1st. So anyone who signs up before the 17th will get access to that group with me. And then from my next little chunk of time is December 17th through the 23rd. And that's when I'm going to hype up my group and the people who have already committed to joining me. So that's where you're really going to create that FOMO. And you're like, everyone's getting their step. They're so stoked. There's going to be a free preview workout available in Beachbody On Demand. You can promote that. I think it comes out December 11th. So that's a little bit earlier in the month. Don't quote me on that. And that's actually going to be a free workout that anybody can try that doesn't even have Beachbody On Demand. So make sure you're promoting that and getting people trying this workout. And then I'm taking a break. December 23rd to December 25th, forget about it. It's Christmas. Enjoy it with your family. Don't do anything. Then come December 26th through the 30th, that's going to be my last call for my challenge group, and for my prep group that I'm going to be starting on January 1st. So I will follow up like a crazy person during this time period of everyone that was reached out to me or joined my info group, and just follow up like a mad person. Okay. Everyone's just kind of at home being lazy after, Christmas time. And that's a great time to follow up with people. January 1st through the 13th is going to be my 2 weeks to Transform 20. Where I'll be doing the hybrid calendar, like I mentioned. I'm going to share this on my social media, generate more excitement and curiosity from people. And then this is, again, a major follow-up time because I'm going to be following up with everybody who's interested or was interested or ghosted me or didn't get back to me because the holidays are a busy time, and I get that. So I'm just going to be following up like a mad person, and I want to make sure that I get my last people who are a little behind the 8 ball who do want to join Transform 20 on January 14th to sign up no later than January 6th. And then my prep week will begin January 7th. So everyone will have their step on time by the 14th. Woo! Okay. Can I share a visual of this calendar? Jen asked. Yes, I will create something. Yeah, Allie, I will. And pushing the free workout is so key. That's such a valuable thing. Like, you can just put a thing on your Insta stories and say, who wants to work out for free today with Shaun T? And maybe collect their email and then get that link sent over to them. So Beachbody has given us so many ways to promote this program and make it such a successful launch. I think it's going to be the biggest we've ever had. And 80-Day Obsession was nuts last year. So I am so excited. It's going to be huge. If anybody has questions, they want to unmute themselves, feel free. Stacy asked, that free workout sold me on Lift 4. Oh, yes. So and now Stacy's a coach. So, hey. I love that they're giving the opportunity for people to try workouts for free that don't have Beachbody On Demand. Allie said the answer to price. Oh, someone asked something about a price objection, and she just said, once I looked at it as an investment in myself, I made the decision to commit and follow the program through. And I think that's a great way to approach people with a price objection. It's kind of like, what price do you put on your health and your wellness and your mental health? Like, I think if you kind of maybe approach it a little differently to people, there would be less objections that way. But I know cost is still going to be something that comes up with a lot of people. Any other questions, you guys? Oh, Stacy asked, I would love more elaboration on what you get by being a coach in the test group. That's a good question. And Allie, maybe you can touch on that too, but really being in the coach test group, I was in it for 80 Day Obsession. I have to say, I eventually kind of stepped away from the group because it gets there's so many notifications, but you can actually adjust your notifications to where you're just hearing from Sean and getting that from him. And you can post in the group and then just get your notifications for people who comment on your post, because maybe it's Sean, that's going to be a big deal. So I think I'm going to go full force into the coach test group because I'm a total Sean T fangirl and I want to be there. And I really connect with him and how he, motivates us. So maybe you can that's a big deal, I think, to tell people, like, you get to be in this group where he is actually engaging with everyone. I know it's a huge group, thousands and thousands of coaches in there, but it's still going to feel intimate, and they can, they can turn off their notifications and not get so blasted by everything in the group. Yeah, priceless experience, Jen says. And how, Stacy says, and do you run your own challenge group in tandem with the coach test group? Yes, because not everyone I have signing up is going to be a coach. Obviously, some are just customers. So I'll have my personal Transform20 launch group going. I'll have the people in the coach test group. I'll also invite those people in the coach test group to be a part of my personal group, so they're not only in the Sean T group. And then I'm also planning on running an open challenge group at the same time like I would normally, just in case people are not on the Transform20 bandwagon, which would be crazy.
I was just going to say,
yeah.
One other thing about the price objection, if you're talking to someone and you haven't talked coach versus customer, it is a perfect opportunity to throw in the coach opportunity and be like, hey, I was super worried about the initial price too. I would love to share with you how I earned my investment back by helping 3 people out get signed up the same way I did. So boom, price objection turns into a coaching opportunity invite, and you just never know. Don't decide that for them. Let them tell you no. Don't decide by not asking. So the other thing about the coach test group too, much like what Kinsey was saying, I got kind of overwhelmed being in the Lift 4 and the 80 Day Obsession one. But what I would say for this one is, like I said, Sean is super interactive. It is unreal how engaged he is. I don't know how the man does it. Seriously, he finds a way, because that's not the only group he's obviously running either. I'm a part of a couple of other groups that he has going on Facebook, and he is super interactive, and so is his team too. So it's not, think of it as a very big challenge group, but like Kinsey said too, you can totally turn off those notifications where you're not getting every single notification every time someone posts, but you will get that special treatment from Sean with his motivation and his tips and tricks and answering questions. And sometimes he throws out contests of doing team calls and stuff. So it's so worth it to be in there. I and who knows when the opportunity is going to come along again to be a part of a test group with Sean too. Not to say he's not going to do another program, but it took a while for him to release this one. So get in.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think I've been doing a lot more of what you just said about earning back your investment and getting 3 friends to join you. When I signed up for my first challenge group, you guys, I texted 6 people and was like, I'm doing this group thing. Do you want to do it with me? I didn't sign them up as customers. I referred them to my coach, but it's a great way. If people do have that cost objection, they can earn that money back and still get the discount on their Shakeology and all their products and things if they want them later on. It's low risk to sign up. Obviously, we know that, but I think that's such a great incentive to offer people. And then you're just giving them a little taste of the coach experience, and then you never know where they're going to take it from there. Yes, I will share that little calendar breakdown. I'll make that for you guys tomorrow and get it up so I can share that. I know I was kind of going a mile a minute.
Sorry, one last thing.
Yes, please.
Because I see so many people feeling like they're behind on promoting Transform 20. You're not behind, I promise. Like, I feel like I have been talking about it forever now because I'm in the second round. And when I said, like, use your excitement for people to build off of your energy, like, not to say that I'm not just as excited, but having that fresh, new, just starting to talk about something excitement is something that happened for me back when I could first start sharing about it. So you guys actually have an advantage because you have that built up fire in you and you're so excited to talk about it. Use that energy so people feel that. So they have no choice but to want to join you.
Yes, that's such a great, yeah, you are not behind the 8 ball. Tomorrow is day 1 of, like I said, from now until April. And then April kicks off a whole nother group of people that are going to want to join you. And another thing I've been doing, guys, I've been getting for people I've been reaching out to, current customers, and have been telling me that they're going to wait till April. I have a list already made of people that are going to join my Transform 20 group in April. So make sure you're jotting those names down and keeping them where you can refer back to them so you can invite them come March for your the launch of Transform 20 in April. Oh, you're so welcome, you guys. This was a great call. And Allie, thank you again so much. Like, yeah, I mean, I heard things I didn't expect and I just, so much value. So I appreciate it so much.
Of course. Oh my gosh. Thanks for all showing up on a Monday evening in the midst of crazy holiday season. Like, you guys are rock stars for being on, and thanks for just hearing me share.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and just leave it up for questions on the team page if you want to keep posting questions, and I can get Allie some questions if I don't know the answers to them for you. But thank you again for hopping on. We'll cut it off now because we're just about at an hour. Have a great night, everyone. And who's going to stay up for the launch? I'm not going to stay up. I know, McKenna, you totally are. All right, good night, you guys.